Oh, oh, where are you going? Hey, listen, if I'm going to take the time to teach you how to do all this stuff, then you get your butt back out in that garage. And then you smash the subscribe and like button because I'm an awesome guy and I like to give free information. So you should do me a favor. But don't be walking away. We got things to learn today and to fix. So you better go grab your tools and get out in that garage right now. Right now. What are you waiting for? Go. Jeez. What's up, guys? My name's Daniel. Me and my girlfriend run this YouTube channel. We try to help everybody make really good decisions with their RVs, help them fix things easily, help you save a bunch of money and make really smart choices. So all we ask is that you hit the like button, subscribe if we gave you good information and it helped you, and, just genuinely drop a comment. We would love to hear from you. Seriously. If you want to go any further than that, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do in the comment section to help us out. We won't say no. If you choose to buy a cup of coffee, it helps us along with our travels, helps us buy new stuff, test new things, and show you guys cool stuff. Here's one that I really want to cover because I see this in all of the Facebook groups quite often now, and we're going to address that today because these are very solvable, easy things to fix, and it shouldn't be a problem at all. The fact that it is means people aren't paying attention and don't realize what's actually out there to purchase to solve these problems. I think the biggest problems that I see, number one, is fuel pressure problems and bursted pipes on RVs. And the second one is fragged out, burnt electric systems in RVs. And both of those are extremely easily solvable for a very good price that I feel like every RVer should be able to get their hands on both of these items for pretty cheap. One is about $20 to $25 and the other one's about $50. Both of them will save you from extreme problems. Hear me out, people. Extreme problems. This will save your RV and save you lots and lots of money and time and work and frustration, especially because things normally seem to happen at the worst times. The first one we're going to talk about here is water pressure. So city water has a tendency to surge or go above its rated specs that it should. And unfortunately, when those systems pressurize, if it's connected to your camper, a lot of times that puts all that extra pressure on your pipes and your small lines. And what ends up happening when they overpressure, they explode and they blow out. The easiest thing you can do is spend $25 to get yourself a water regulator with a pressure gauge. Set this at your house before you leave by putting a cutoff on this. Make sure that this is rated for set it to, so most, and I say most RV pipes are regulated at 45 to 50 psi, whereas a lot of city water actually goes all the way up to 60 and sometimes even 80 psi. And so you plug your trailer in, you leave for a while, and you're out and about on the town having a good time. Your city water pressure spikes, boom, blows out. Your RV has no choice but to take on a bunch of water. You get back from your day, your RV's flooded and you have broken pipes. Don't do this to yourself, folks. This costs $25. It has a turnable nozzle on the top to set this so that you never go over the spike pressure point. This connects right to wherever your hookup is. So if you pull up to your shore station, whatever, your water hookup zone, this screws directly to that. And as long as you have this set from your house or wherever you're at, just set a cutoff. Cut this off so you can see what your pressure regulation point is. Set it to, I would say 50 psi. Between 47, but let's say 45 and 60 is too high. So we're going to say 45 to 50, probably midway point around, let's say 47 psi. It will never allow more than 47 psi to pass by this line unless you adjust this yourself. This is one of the biggest things you can do to save yourself from having plumbing problems. The amount of nightmares I've seen from you guys in these Facebook groups, and all you had to do was buy this simple little $25 piece and you could have solved all your problems. That is the first one. This one was purchased on Amazon. It cost about 25 bucks. It is a very simple regulator. Not much to it. Twist and adjust, has the info on the back on how to set it. I did have to put the Teflon tape, which it came with it, and I just screwed in the pressure gauge. After that, you're good. The second one that I see is fragged out and burnt electrical systems from overpowering. This also happens because of city management, and it happens quite often. And if you don't have a surge protector connected to your RV, then it takes all that extra power flow, has no idea what to do with it. You hope it throws your breakers, but if it doesn't, then you end up in a big circumstance like I see a lot of people with a completely burnt out electrical array inside, or electrical loom inside of their trailer. This stops that from happening. This is a 30 amp surge protector. They go all the way up to 50 amp, and they have the rated specs right there so you can see where the safety zones are. You actually plug this in first to make sure it's within green tolerance, and then you plug your RV into it. So always make sure that the light is green first. If it's showing any signs of red, then I would go talk to management about why your specific hookup station is over voltage, and ask them to move you to a different one where you also would plug this in again and test it until you find a site that is green lit. This will save you from serious electrical issues with your trailer. I cannot stress that enough. And this one, once again, purchased on Amazon. This was about $50. This was one of the better models that they had. And it supplies you with the tester first, as opposed to just being a surge protector. This one actually shows you the voltage output and tells you where it's at in the zone meter. So you can actually say, hey, why is your system severely overregulated here with power flow? That's unnecessary. That's how you burn out campers, and these campsites don't care. They don't care about your situation if you plug in and create your own problem. I promise you they do not. So having one of these, simple. It is waterproof. Plug it in, good to go. Always plug this in first before plugging your RV into it so you can see the test. Okay, let it go green lit before you plug into this. Don't just immediately have this plugged in and then plug it right into the wall with your RV attached, because once again, create problems for yourself. Always plug this in first, then plug your RV power station to this, or your shoring station line, electrical line, whatever you want to do. These are the two biggest things I suggest if you are RVing anywhere on grid, that you have both of these items. They will save you thousands of dollars in repair. And it literally, between the two things, only cost me $75 to ensure that peace of mind that I don't have those issues. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Like I said, if you guys feel like taking that any further and you want to help us out further, we also accept cups of coffee donation. All my information is in the link below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Toodles. I got to bring my girlfriend on soon. You guys got to meet the girlfriend. All the motorcycle and drone people that have been here a long time have met her. But all you new RV people that are going to be jumping in, you've never seen my cute little girlfriend, and she's such a ball of motivational energy. And I feel like I am the negative aspect and she is the positive. So when I start these videos, I may just ask her to say something really motivational for you guys, because my frustration with life has been crazy lately. And I just wish things would start getting better in this country and things would start making more sense to me. But until they do, I try to remain the happy-go-lucky guy. But she ensures that she's my light every morning that I wake up to. That way there's positivity in my life. So there you go. Helps me keep pushing forward with these videos and helping you guys. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Toodles.